They did a nice job today. They got after us good. And, for me, it was disappointing early in the game, especially. I thought we spotted them 14 points. We gave up 2 touchdowns where just didn't do a good job staying on top in coverage. And, against a good football team, you can't spot anybody 14 points, and that's what we did today. It should have been a 7-point game going in with some momentum at halftime. And then we had a miscue with our kicker. It's supposed to be a drive kick, like the drive kick earlier in the game. That was really good. He mishit it. They got great field position, and then we didn't do a good job standing up at that point, which was a damn shame because I'd have felt really good about going in at halftime with some momentum and knowing that we were going to get the ball back in the third quarter. So from those perspectives, very disappointed with those types of situations. But within the same comments, I would like to make sure no excuses from our end. Owning it, got beat by a better football team, and they out physicaled us. I thought it was a good job by Brisley there at the end with the punt return, and good effort by some guys on that team covering down the field and staying on their blocks. But all in all, disappointing loss for those reasons. With that, any questions you might have?
Scott, I know you touched on the kickoff. Can you walk us through about the minute and a half there before halftime, the decision to use your second timeout in the goal line? And then is there any reason Ryan would have thought to squib it? Was there talks of that and then he decided to drive it?
No, he was a bad kick.
Okay.
Simple as that. He'd be the first one to tell you that. And we had the timeout to use. Wanted to make sure organized got the best play on the football field, plus our guys looked gassed. And I thought we'd give them another second to get a little energy before we punch it in. Not more than anything else, just to give them a shot to get a little juice. And we had to score there. We had to get a touchdown. And anyway, and then with the kick, he just mishit it, Steven. Just mishit it. And anyway.
I know it's very hectic in these situations on the goal line, split second, but is there any thought, I think you called timeout with about 1:01 left on 2nd and 1, any thought to let it trickle down to 30 or something like that and call it?
Yeah, to some degree, but I already answered the question for you. Next question.
Did you prepare for McGuire at all, Coach, or
No.
You did not?
No, we did not. No, didn't really. He hadn't played enough football to prepare for him. There's not enough tendencies on there when he was in the game. If you look at the number of snaps he's played this year, you may know more than I do about the total number of snaps, but it was usually mop-up duty, so the preparation would have been a lot of guesswork there.
In view of that, what was your impression?
Good football player, threw the ball well. There's a reason why he's a quarterback at Florida State.
Matt and then Nate. I was going to say, when did you find out Everett wasn't starting? And I guess
About an hour before the game.
Nate.
Yeah, can I ask the ACC injury reports? You're, I guess, supposed to get a little heads up about it. Did you think that was a significant disadvantage, not knowing Golson was going to be a scratch until the kick?
I didn't really think about it that way.
Time for a couple more questions for Coach.
Scott, do you ever go back and revisit decisions with clock management or timeout use weeks after games or at the end of the season just to
Yes.
kind of get away from it? What's that process like for you?
It's just like anything you self-scout and you go back through. Circumstances sometimes aren't always what they seem. It's not as simple as just is the clock moving or isn't it moving. Sometimes it's been situations where we had a guy that was injured and we had to run a guy on the football field and someone wasn't covered, so you called timeout. But you don't go right after the game and make excuses. So there's a lot more to it. But yes, we self-scout everything we do.
Down in front on the left.
Coach, one more on the first touchdown by Florida State. Rudolph caught it
Yeah.
well out, and you had a lot of shots at him.
Yeah, he's a good football player. It's great play by him. Great play by the Florida State offense.
Final question for Coach. Actually,
Coach,
2 more, Matt and then Steven.
How do you think Eric played today?
I don't know if he had a chance to play well, to be quite honest with you. I don't think we did a good enough job up front to give him a chance.
Go ahead, Steve.
Coach, just curious what the message is to the team in the locker room after a game like this.
Sure.
You kept it close for a while, and then things get away from you.
Sure.
What's the message?
It's the same message we always have, to stay tight and understand that we are a team, of very tight individuals, or brotherhood, and we do consider ourselves an extended family, and to fight forward, fight as hard as we can, trust each other and nobody else. focus on the things that we can get better at every day. Understand that this is a game that we play, and the way we play it with dignity is going to be extremely important, especially when times are tough. And to walk, to walk with your chin up and your chest out, and fight the good fight to get better, and to be young men about it, and don't make excuses for anything, and own it, and move forward, and go to work hard to prepare for the next team up, which will be Louisville, heading out to see those guys. So that's the approach we'll take. Always have, always will.